Now gather close, partner, and let me tell you about a man whose name still echoes through the dusty saloons of the Wild West. Long before the gunfights, long before Tombstone, before the legend of Doc Holliday ever reached the Arizona desert, there was just a boy named John Henry Holliday, born in 1851 in the quiet hills of Georgia. Now, folks say destiny has a funny way of marking certain men early, and young John Henry was no exception. He was born with a cleft lip, something that in those days could follow a man his whole life. But his uncle was a surgeon, steady of hand and sharp of mind, and he repaired the boy's lip before he was even 2 years old. So from the very start, fate tried to shape him. But the real shadow came years later. When John Henry was 15, tragedy struck the Holliday home. His mother, the person he loved most in the world, died of a terrible illness called tuberculosis. Back then they called it consumption, a slow, cruel sickness that drained the life out of a person little by little. And before long, the cough found John Henry too. Doctors gave the young man grim news. They said if he stayed in the damp air of Georgia, he wouldn't live long at all. So like many men chasing a second chance, he headed west. Now here's where the story takes a turn most folks don't expect. Before the gambling, before the gun smoke, Doc Holliday was actually a dentist. That's right, a well-educated Southern gentleman with polished tools and a quiet voice. He opened up a dental practice and began working as Dr. John Holliday. But tuberculosis is a relentless companion. The coughing fits made it hard to keep patients, and slowly, the respectable dentist found himself spending more time in saloons than in an office chair. That's where he discovered something else he was mighty good at: cards. Poker tables didn't mind a man who coughed, and gamblers respected a man who stayed calm under pressure. Night after night, Doc made his living by the turn of a card and the steady aim of a pistol. And the strange thing was, the sicker he got, the calmer he became. Maybe it was because a man who knows death is already riding beside him doesn't scare easily. Before long, stories started spreading about a pale gambler with icy blue eyes, a man who could clear a room with just a quiet word.